to the channel. Bulls drop one tonight. Score of 127 to 120 in overtime. Vic and Carl here with you tonight. So, Vic, before we start, I got two things right off the bat that I'm thinking of, right? Io is...
Okay.
I'm
thinking what you're thinking.
Io's playing... I don't want to say out of his mind, but we're really starting to see what a high basketball IQ he really has. He understands like this is the role that he's in. He's the point guard. He's not necessarily looking for a shot. He's getting everyone involved. He's making the right decisions, and it doesn't look like he's making a whole lot of bad decisions out there. He knows when to take the shot. He knows when to pass it off, and that's like he's almost double-digit assists almost every single game since he's been in the starting role. You agree?
I know. Yep.
So because of that,
okay, so that's the first thing on your mind. What's the
Kobe
second
is
thing on your mind?
struggling? Because I think Kobe sees how well Io's playing, and when he comes in the game, he's not doing the same thing that Io's doing. It's almost like he's looking for shot first, kind of like Kobe of last year, to where like he's looking shot first, and then when he does try to make the pass, no one's looking for it, no one's expecting it because they're thinking he's going to shoot, and that's why I think like he's struggling when he comes in. He's not shooting as well as he had maybe in the last 5-6 games. He's really struggled, and he's like start of the fourth quarter. He made a drive, got all the way to the basket, and he threw it out, and he threw it to nobody. Right. But I think that's what's affecting him. Like he's seeing how well Io's playing, and he knows that the talk at the beginning of the season was when he came back, like because Io was playing so well, like is he expendable? So I guess the question now is Kobe expendable?
No, not yet. He's not. And you know what? I agree. He's been pressing lately. His shot's not falling as easily. He did shoot 4 for 8 from threes. I thought it was actually worse than that. 16 points, 6 of 15 shooting. Yeah, not really great. Turnovers. He had only 2 turnovers, but he was negative 19. His defense is not good. So Io's purely getting the playing time down the stretch because of his awesome defense and his passing ability. But
yeah,
you know what? Honestly, Vooch had an awesome game. The Bulls, like we texted during the game, they had no business being in this game. They literally They had 7 fewer rebounds, and they took 20 less shots than Toronto. 20 less shots than Toronto.
They weren't, and it's not like Toronto was making shots when they needed to, right? But that pressure defense, right? I mean, they had the right idea. Yeah, they had the right idea. Like
their length,
pressure or double DeMar every time he touches the ball, make him give up the ball. And
yep, I don't. And Zach did not look right. I mean, he shot 6 of 10 tonight, 7 assists, 5 boards, 15 points. Good game. Vooch had an amazing game.
Yeah,
that was one of his best games.
He was. You can tell when he gets on it early, especially like when he hits an early 3. It seems like he gets into the flow. And I think Stacey King has commented this many times. When he's on the flow offensively, he's definitely playing better defensively.
Yeah, but we had 17 turnovers. You can't win having 17 turnovers, getting out rebounded, and getting outshot by 20-something points. We really miss our lengthier guys. I mean, we miss DJ.
Derek Jones Jr.
Obviously, Lonzo with his length, too, for rebounding. And Caruso just for his knack of being in the right position.
I don't want to say it's a push, right? But, I mean, Io's defense at this point is probably just as good or high-quality level as Lonzo at this point. But, obviously, if Lonzo was in the game, then you have Io coming off the bench with that extra defense, So,
yep.
So like it's
you got it, man.
It's crazy just right now to think about where where we're at right now. I mean, we've already won 32 games, which we only won 31 all of last year, right? Yeah.
And we're still number
Toronto's
one
been hot.
right
I mean, they just beat Miami
technically.
twice.
I don't know.
In the previous 2 games. Yeah. And
Yes.
you would have thought
Triple
their guys
overtime.
would have gotten tired toward the end of the game with all the minutes that because their bench doesn't play very much at all. Yeah, and again,
they look
it's
good,
part of
though.
a matchup thing. Part of it is
They really do.
and we talked about this during the game. We couldn't buy a call to save our lives. Like it seemed like Toronto was getting every single touch call.
They definitely got more calls. Yeah, I still think DeMar gets way too many calls. There's times
Well,
when
there were plays. There was one play in the fourth quarter where Io got a rebound. The guy's all over his back, and they didn't call anything. They were going to call anything, and then Io makes a defensive play.
I agree totally.
It's borderline at best, and then they call that foul. And then the play at the end of the regulation where the ball went off of Van Fleet, the one referee, the female referee called it Bull's ball. The crew chief comes over and decides to overturn it.
The other guy changed it.
You know, and then he's the same guy when Vooch knocked in that tip in. He's calling for the replay. I thought the rule is that they're not required to look at the replay. You know, like they don't have to stop the game to look at it. But this referee tonight, like that was almost 2 calls that almost went against us. I mean, eventually we end up losing the game, but it almost didn't even get to overtime. Because of that guy. So, any other thoughts on tonight's game?
No, I mean, we let one slip away where we could have stole it without playing that great, but we've been doing that. We got to win these kind of games, and that's going to catch up to us. So hopefully we could stay in the top tier of the Eastern Conference until we get our guys back, which is still
tomorrow's the one we have to get.
Time.
I mean, look
That's
at
about
just
it, man.
Real quick look at the next 3 games. Tomorrow's Indiana, Sunday is Philadelphia, and then Monday's Phoenix. So two of the next 3 games are going to be tough. So tomorrow's the one we definitely have to get. And then if you can get one of the other 2, because both those games are at home.
That might be tough too. You know, you got Turner and not Bogdanovich, Sabonis.
All right. Well, again, Bulls
again.
dropped this one tonight, 127-120 in overtime. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance yet, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the like, helps us out a lot here on the channel. And right now, somewhere in about the screen, you're going to see a link here for our latest podcast episode here in the middle. If you wouldn't mind tuning in and checking that out, we'd appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.
Laters.